Hello everyone, today I'm going to be showing you 3 cheap skins for every gun in CS2. Every skin will be around $1 or cheaper, every skin will be in field tested condition, and every price will be from the Steam Marketplace. Remember, prices can fluctuate, so I doubt every price here will be accurate by the time this video comes out. With that said, let's start. Starting with the P2000, we have Gnarled. This skin will run you about 9 cents on the marketplace. I really like the pinkish barrel, and this skin looks great in the sun. For such a cheap skin, the colorway is nice and so is the pattern. Next on the P2000 is Turf, coming in at 18 cents. This skin also looks nice in the sun, and the green, white, and the gray camo all complement each other really well, and I'm surprised I don't see this skin used more often. Lastly, for the P2000 handgun is the skin named Handgun, starting at 85 cents. This is obviously more of a joke gun, similar to the Brother skin for the Tech 9, but I'm a fan of the blue on this gun, and the concept of a literal handgun is pretty funny. On to my favorite pistol, the USP-S. Firstly, we have Ticket to Hell at 69 cents. I'm sure you've seen this skin before, as it's a fairly common skin, due to its simplicity and how clean the black and white lettering is. A very nice skin overall. Now, let's see if you can recall Flashback. At the same price of Ticket to Hell at 69 cents, I'm sure those of you who enjoy rugged skins will like this one. I'm a fan of the giant shh on the suppressor, and you'll be seeing this skin's big brother later on. Now, a skin I discovered while doing research for this video, but absolutely love, the lead conduit at 82 cents. This skin is blinding in the sun, and the engravings on the skin are beautiful, but sadly don't give a tactical advantage. Next, we have the standard pistol for terrorists, the Glock 18, starting off with the skin clear polymer at 15 cents. I love the brown slide mixed in with the shiny blue trigger and barrel, and the sort of clear acrylic going on in the grip. Unfortunately, the bullets in the magazine don't deplete as you shoot. Following that is Ironwork for 18 cents. The skin features an intricate design of ivy and thorns and is a very clean design. It also has a little engraving of the name of the gun, just so you never forget you're using a Glock. Next is Umbral Rabbit at 72 cents. I love the artwork on the skin. It looks like it should be in an art gallery. The colors all complement each other nicely, and there's even a little bunny on the back of the slide, so you'll always have a friend. On to the P250, one of the guns I had the most trouble finding nice skins for. We'll be starting with the Valence at 14 cents. A clean and futuristic skin, this skin has a sweeping blue strike starting from the barrel and ending in the handle, which I really like. Now we have the Verdigris at 16 cents, a skin that you will likely either love or hate. I'm a fan of the distressed look this gun has, and the amount of green changes depending on the float, which I think is a cool concept. Finally, onto the Cyber Shell at 35 cents. This gun combines futuristic design with a more military design, which makes a pretty unique skin. Unfortunately, I'm not a big fan of the honeycomb pattern on the grip. Now we have the 5.7 and Flame Test at 9 cents. This skin really grew on me. I'm a fan of the deep purple that has a sort of sparkly effect, and the purple goes great with the gray flame and black lower. Next up is the Violent Daimyo at 17 cents, another purple skin. This one is very detailed and has a few different designs and patterns going on. It's a fairly busy skin, but I think it still looks great. Finally, we have Retribution at 82 cents, another skin that has really grown on me. I love the color scheme and the arrow patterns, but unfortunately it wears pretty heavily and you'll need a low FT float for it to look its best. Here we have one of the more iconic guns, the Tech 9. Starting off, we have Fubar at 9 cents. This is another more military style skin, and aside from the nice camo, I really like the burnt metal look on the muzzle. Following Fubar, we have Rebel at 12 cents. This is another skin with a rugged design that looks like it's been abandoned for years. The graffiti is interesting, and I also like the small details like tally marks. Out of left field, we have Bamboozle at 37 cents. The skin is very bright and vibrant, with a bamboo theme throughout the gun. The only thing I dislike about it is the little logo on it that says CSGO. It doesn't really need to be there. Next up is the CZ75 and the next skin, Imprint, at 14 cents. This is a subtle skin with intricate engravings along the slide and a unique grayish waffle-looking pattern on the grip. Following that is Pole Position at 46 cents. This is a racing-themed skin with a very vibrant red that's impossible to miss. Unfortunately, this skin does wear quite rough, so you want a pretty decent float for it. Now we have Tacticat at 53 cents, a cute pink and blue cat-themed skin reminiscent of D.Va from Overwatch. This is another skin that I had no idea existed, and one that's also grown on me quite a bit. Now we have the dual Berettas and the stained skin at 12 cents. The light blue and shiny gray work together nicely, and this pattern kind of reminds me of a marble countertop. Next to butt heads are the Dueling Dragons at 28 cents. I really like these skins. The black slide with the silver dragon pattern looks amazing in contrast with the dark wood grips. Up next is Flora Carnivora at 74 cents. This features 2 carnivorous plants in a bright purple and green color scheme. I love the artwork on this skin, and I'm shocked I've never seen it used. Now we have the powerful Deagle with the nice copper skin Corinthian at 51 cents. This skin seems straight out of a western with its bright copper color and detailed engravings lining the barrel. Next is Trigger Discipline at 57 cents. This skin has a bright pink isometric pattern with hints of blue and white throughout the gun, a nice contrast to the black base. Finally is Light Rail, an absolutely stunning skin that I'm definitely picking up. Coming in at $1, this skin has a shiny yellow slide that fades to orange, then into a shiny black as you go down the gun. A fantastic skin. Next up is the R8 Revolver with the skin Grip at 10 cents. Another subtle skin, this skin has engravings throughout and a bright multicolored grip. In case you can't already tell, I am a big fan of engravings. Now we have Reboot at 62 cents. This skin looks straight out of Valorant with its futuristic and harsh design that has some bright red accents. If this was a weapon in Cyberpunk, I wouldn't bat an eye. Following the Reboot is Crazy 8 at 74 cents. This skin has to be one of my favorites in the game. It has a colorful purple muzzle and has a glitter-like effect throughout the whole gun. Now, if only it was on a gun other than the R8. Now onto the shotguns, we're starting with the Nova. We have the Ranger skin at 32 cents. This is a more camo themed skin, and I like the various greens and light tan. The word Nova is also stenciled above the trigger, which I think is a nice detail. Next for the Nova is Wild 6 at 48 cents. A rugged dark yellow skin with various decals that make the gun feel as if it was made out of scrap. A solid skin that you might actually prefer at a lower float. Finally, for the Nova is Toy Soldier at 82 cents, a gun that reminds me of Toy Story for some reason. This skin doesn't have many intricacies, but I think the concept itself makes up for that. Next is everyone's favorite XM1014, and we'll be starting off with Black Tie for 47 cents. There isn't really much to say about this skin, as it's quite literally black and white. However, it is pretty clean looking. Following that is Ziggy for 55 cents. This almost psychedelic gun has a ton of colors and is very shiny. There's really not much to say about it. It is a skin that exists. If you like it, you like it. Next is Watchdog for 78 cents. I really like the engraved jade, and the engraved design of the lions in bronze is really good looking. Another intricate skin that I'm surprised isn't more popular. On to the Mag 7, we have the infamous Swag 7 at 48 cents. I can guarantee you've seen this skin before. It's a detailed skin, it looks nice, it shines in the sun, and it's the Swag 7. Even I run this skin. Next on the Mag 7 is the skin Heat for the same 48 cents. Another fairly well-known skin, Heat has a really nice glowing design that outlines the gun, which I quite like. Finally for the Mag 7 is Monster Call at still the same price of 48 cents. This is another really detailed painted skin, and I had no idea this skin existed. The shark mouth on the forend is also a neat little detail. Now we have the Sawed Off, starting with Apocalypto at 46 cents. This skin is similar in ways to Monster Call, both have detailed painted designs. If you're a fan of Monster Call, you might like this skin as well. On to Limelight at 52 cents. This skin has some very clean lines and patterning, and the green looks great, but to me it kinda just looks like a custom bowling ball. Next up is the Highwayman at 74 cents. This skin doesn't really offer much unless you're inspecting it, and it kinda looks like something you'd find in GTA, but I couldn't pass up the intricate gold design. Moving to the SMGs, starting off with the MP9, I had some difficulty finding nice skins for this, but we have Featherweight at 12 cents. This is another subtle skin, but it's nicer looking than an FT Orange Peel. Next is Deadly Poison at 23 cents. This skin reminds me of a Valorant skin for some reason. I like the skin, but the green feels a little dull and I feel like it's lacking something. Finally is Goo at 54 cents. This is definitely a unique skin with black goo dripping down over a sort of bluish silver body. The MP9 lacks good cheap skins though, and in my eyes this is the best choice. On to the Mac 10 and the skin that gave me the idea for this video, Calf Skin at 14 cents. I love the brown checkered leather pattern, and the white framing makes it look fantastic. If Noctua made a gun skin, this is what we'd get. Now we have Candy Apple at 27 cents. I tried to stay away from solid color skins for this video, but I had to include Candy Apple on the Mac 10. It's a very bright red, and I think it looks great. Lastly is Pipe Down at 53 cents, another skin I never knew existed, but I quite like. It reminds me of a heatsink, and the dark red looks nice against the dark gray body. I just wish the grip strap was changed in some way. Next is the PP-Bizon with Runic at 8 cents. This skin is also pretty common, but I like the sort of plated design, and the fire-colored runes and barrel looks like it's overheating is pretty nice. Here we have another subtle skin, Harvester at 15 cents. This skin is a dark metallic green with a ton of welds and other small details. I imagine most people won't like the skin, but I think it's pretty interesting. Onto the final skin for the PP-Bizon, we have Space Cat at 37 cents. This skin has a deep purple that looks good against the white cat and white stars on the black base. Unfortunately, this skin doesn't wear that great. Now we have the MP7 with Sunbaked at 6 cents. Another really simple engraved skin. I like the topographic pattern along the gun, and of course this skin also looks blinding in the sun. Next is Cirrus at 15 cents. This skin is a very shiny bright blue with a sort of industrial gray pattern mixed in. This skin also has a little skull on it that reminds me of the Gears of War logo. Last for the MP7 is Gorilla at 46 cents. This is another rugged military style skin, but I think the dark green and black goes together nice, and you'll have this animal that's somehow a monkey with you forever. Onto the UMP-45, we have Arctic Wolf at 39 cents. This skin has a fur pattern and I think it looks great. The skin transitioning to white throughout is really nice, and the slight red accents contrast nicely. Next is Grand Prix, also at 39 cents. The main detail on this gun is the giant racing number on the side, and there isn't much else to it. Unfortunately, this skin wears horribly, so you need to find a pretty low float. Finally is Exposure at 50 cents. This skin has a skeleton design. It's pretty detailed with different bones on every little bit of the gun. It also has little crossbones under the iron sight, which I think is a cool little detail. Next up is the P90 with Traction at 21 cents. I run this skin myself, mainly because I'm cheap, but I also love the blue engravings mixed with the shiny steel and sort of studded upper. I'm a big fan of this skin. Now we have Chopper at 64 cents. This skin is pretty simple and the blue flame is really nice against the bright orange, and this skin is also very shiny. Not much else to say. Next is Neo Queen at 76 cents. This skin looks straight out of a cyberpunk sci-fi movie. I like the graffiti on it and it's a pretty unique skin overall. Onto the MP5, we have Liquidation at 13 cents. I like the blending of the different colors here. It looks really nice and it makes sort of a holographic effect. Next up is Kit Bash at 51 cents. The skin is covered in tape, paint, and writing, and I think it's a pretty good looking rugged skin. Now is Agent at 85 cents. This skin is FBI themed, colored with a metallic blue that has a nice yellow accent, although it is kind of ridiculous using it on T. Next is the FAMAS, and we have Meow 36 at 10 cents. This gun was also difficult to find nice skins for, but I love the green color on this gun, and the emblazoned 36 looks nice. Now we have a throwback skin, Decommissioned at 16 cents. This skin is inspired by 1.6's Nuke. The thing that stands out most while using it is the red light beneath the iron sight. Finally is Survivor Z at 23 cents. Personally, I'm not a fan of this skin, but if you like the dirty zombies theme, then this is for you. Onto the Galil, we have Destroyer at 10 cents. I like the tan and black colorway, and the pattern that spells Destroyer at certain angles is pretty cool. Next is Connection at 49 cents. This skin has a metal plated design with metallic red accents along with a red Phoenix logo, and I think it looks pretty good. Lastly for the Galil is Firefight at 57 cents. This skin has a chrome body with orange painted accents that kind of remind me of the Nitro skin for the M4A1S. Speaking of the M4s, we have the M4A4 and the skin Polymag at 10 cents. This is a pretty simple military style skin with a clear mag, and I think it looks pretty nice. Next is Magnesium at 21 cents. This is another good looking simple skin, completely chrome with carbon fiber accents and a chrome flame. Onto Urban DD-Pat at 25 cents. I tried to stay away from camos, but sadly there were no other good cheap skins for the M4. This skin wears badly, but thankfully you can find it under $1 in minwear as well. Now we're on to the M4A1S with a mud spec at 35 cents. This skin has a shiny brown and black camo, and the suppressor has some really nice texturing that makes it look as if it isn't actually a cylinder. Next is Flashback at 86 cents. Similar to the USP-S counterpart, this skin is rugged, worn, and has the same neat detailing like the sh on the suppressor. Lastly is Night Terror at $1. This skin is pretty interesting because the higher the float, the redder it gets, so you might actually want a worse float if you like the red color more. Onto the famous AK, we only have 2 skins under $1, so we're starting with Safari Mesh at 17 cents. Not much to see here, this skin's pretty ugly, but you can find it in minwear under $1 as well. Now, the second and final AK skin we have, Uncharted at 36 cents. This skin is much nicer than Safari Mesh and has engravings in the furniture. This skin is under $1 in every condition except Fact New, so check those out too. Next is the AUG with the skin Tomcat at 9 cents. This skin has a kind of industrial look to it with exposed wires. It also has a mischievous little cat on the stock. Onto Triqua, also at 9 cents. This skin kind of reminds me of the 2010 Spiker C8 with the orange mixed with its patterned metal and carbon fiber accenting. Lastly for the AUG is the Aristocrat at 63 cents. I really like this skin. The royal blue mixed with the intricate silvery detailing looks fantastic. I just wish the scope was prettied up too. Moving on to the SG553, we have Heavy Metal at 12 cents. This skin has a punk or metal aesthetic, fitting with its name, and if you're a fan of that style, I'm sure you'll like this. Next is Darkwing at 50 cents. I was shocked that the skin is so cheap. It's a really good looking skin in my eyes, it's painted really nice, and I love the mixing of the bright red and dark colors. Now we have Phantom at 57 cents. This skin reminds me of a Nerf gun for some reason. It has a really nice blue with orange accents and some carbon fiber mixed in. Onto the Op Light, the SSG08. We have Abyss at 42 cents. This skin is very blue and reminds me of Black Ice from Rainbow Six Siege, and depending on the pattern, there are some nice variations of this skin. Next is Fever Dream at 55 cents. This skin has a bunch of neat designs, bright colors, and a ton of random text. This skin is really vibrant, and I think it's pretty cool. Lastly, for the SSG is Necropost at 72 cents. This skin is dark green and has some bright green details, most notably the runes along the side and some detailing on the back of the bolt. Finally, we're at the Op, and starting off we have Capillary at 24 cents. This skin has some detailed veins running down the gun, and this skin wears bad, but thankfully you can find it in minwear for under $1 as well. Next is Pit Viper at 58 cents. This skin fittingly has a snakeskin pattern and is relatively simple, but I do like the green. Lastly is Acheron at $1.06. This skin is covered in skulls, bones, and radioactive icons. Not much else to say about this skin, honestly. Onto the Scar 20, we have Fragments at 12 cents. I really like the chrome and the paint that makes the gun look as if it's 3D, and the raised geometry looks great. Now we have Power Core at 42 cents. This skin is very obviously themed as a power tool, and is shiny green with yellow accents and some other details like a barcode. Finally is Enforcer at 51 cents. If we had marble fade guns, this would be it. This skin is stunning with a really nice fade and a dark blue body. Next is the G3SG1, and we have Hunter at 9 cents. This is a subtle skin with the only changes being a shinier base and the addition of some nice wood furnituring. On to Dreamglade for 34 cents. Originally I wasn't going to include this, but once I noticed the sky changes colors at specific angles, I had to include it. The forest pattern is also pretty nice in my opinion. Now we have High Seas at 76 cents. This pirate themed skin has a ton of detail and intricacies, and it might be a little too busy, but I really like it. Next is the gun no one uses, the M249 and Spectre at 12 cents. This gun has some winter camo mixed in with some yellow accenting over a dark blue base. My favorite part of this skin is probably the camo. Now we have Deep Relief at 57 cents. I really like this skin. I'm a huge fan of the topographic designs, and the greens used also look great. If I used this gun, I'd probably run this skin. On to Downtown at 72 cents. This skin has a graffiti theme, tagged with arrows everywhere like any train in America ever. I really like the blues, purples, and pinks this skin uses. Finally, the last gun, the Negev, and Prototype at 9 cents. This is a fairly simple skin with some industrial design, but I like the work in progress prototype theming. Next is Ultralight, also at 9 cents. This skin is a fairly uninteresting gray camo, but the holographic arrows make this skin worth getting in my opinion. Onto the final skin for the final gun, Drop Me, at 10 cents. This is another rugged put-together skin. I like the stop sign on the front, and has some other little details like a crocodile in the iron sight. So, that's 3 cheap skins for every gun in CS2. If you'd like to see another video like this with a higher budget, let me know in the comments. If you have any feedback for me, let me know in the comments also. This is my first video after all. I should hopefully have another video coming out soon. I don't want to say when exactly, but maybe before Halloween if we're ambitious, or early November, hopefully. So look forward to that. I'm gonna give a little teaser and say every glove. That's the teaser for you. Try to guess what the video is gonna be, I guess. Anyway, I am BP, and I will see you in the next video.